question that has to be asked in this fight is, can a fighter who comes from a place where fighters are not usually don't usually come from beat a fighter who comes from a place where a lot of good fighters come from, irrespective of their individual standing in the place. They've always been around the block in a culture that has boxing deeply embedded in Cuba.
I'd say even though Crawford trains sometimes the southpaw, oftentimes the southpaw, his punches on his power.
I ain't ignoring. I'm trying to see how many people gonna get up in here. It's the late night for real, man. Get this jump working, man. I'm in the lab working on a new joint. Got the old fight song. For real, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I was looking into this part and stuff to try to educate some of the people that subscribe to my channel that may not know what is what.
But he's always come off the canvas. The first one I made is go back fighting as a right-handed fighter, but he's going to fight as a southpaw again.
But I know the internet is the internet, but I was real thrown off with that 1090 Jake shit, man. I was really thrown off with that 1090 Jake shit. I mean, so much so that I feel like debunking it myself, just because I know that the media, journalists, newspapers print any type of thing at any type of time, and for a person like Larry Hoover, the level he on, you're just not gonna hide some shit like that in the paper. What is Illinois gonna do with the old man? I'm not sure. I don't want to talk like I know, but let me see if you can see this if I put this on here. Can you see this? Oh, no, you can't see it. I was gonna try to show you that it say on that BOP jump, no longer in BOP custody, so he gone to Illinois. He on his way there now. He already out of there. Yeah, he is already out of there. I mean, on a real convict tip, just understanding what the guys go through. From what my homies tell me. I'm glad for the old man just to get out the X. They hit him in the back of the head. I'm trying to figure out, man, how many of y'all, what y'all think about that 1090 Jake shit?
Blinking in his corner, still trying to find his senses.
It's getting bold. And he's nickel that left-handed drop. He was getting blade, and he was out of position. And the rest of this round, he's fighting an instinct.
You said I know how to navigate through that, or he gonna know how to navigate through that. That's what you meant to say? Is that what you mean, bro? Where y'all from up in here, man? We got the late night crew, man. Y'all hanging out with me while I'm in the lab, man. That's where I make my magic at, where I'm writing, screenplay, novel, doing a YouTube story or some type of street figure. Man, what is you talking about, man? Anyway, like I was saying, I'm really feeling that 1090 Jake shit. And is it me or did they do it at the most supreme time to do it? Like, a nigga was just waiting to do that. But they just play with any type of people, bro. What did 1090 Jake do? I don't really dig dude, so I don't follow his content. You don't got to follow his content to be up on this one. This one is all over the internet. So he just saying that, man, Larry Hoover was supposed to told on somebody in 1968. No police report. No police alleged name that took the report. Just a newspaper reporter that wrote it in the newspaper in Chicago. May something, something, 19, May something, September, May something like that, 1968, bro. 1090 Jake is a sucker gump. James Highsmith said publicly that Larry Hoover didn't snitch on him. He said that publicly when somebody from Chicago was talking to me. We was going back and forth, and James Highsmith said the article was a lie. That's how I felt in the beginning anyway, but they quoting it like they quoting the article like the article was transcript, police report, or court document alone. Like, but that I ain't gonna make this a black or white thing, but that's a 1090 Jake thing for you. I don't even understand how people like Adam or Whack 100 running with that, bro. Unless they running with it just to say, "Oh, look what the papers say." Like that ain't what's up. That's really not what's up, bro. And anybody that know me know that I don't care nothing about a rat. I don't believe it. Like some things we got to use common sense from. Some things we got to use common sense with. 1968, they said Larry Hoover was 17, 18 years old. He went to jail in 1973, about 5 years later. He had already risen to some high ranks, was already at a high social status within the ranks back then. You telling me nobody would have known this? Nobody would have challenged this before the Instagram, before Facebook, before MySpace, before Twitter, before YouTube? Nobody in the streets would have challenged this. The man did 20 years in the state, down to 30 years in the feds. And 1090 Jake is the only one that did God reveal revelation to about this. That's it's a whole lot of wild stuff going on there with that one. The article is secondhand information. It's not a direct quote or from a police report. That's what I was pushing. There's no police report linked to it, to the evidence that's been presented to us. I haven't dug enough to say that, but I'm saying I ain't running with no police report. You don't attempt to challenge a giant, a dude that got 50 years of credibility. I don't want to add no extra words to the term, but straight up credibility, and nobody challenged it but 1090 Jake. Like the internet giving niggas a little bit too much clout, bruh. Can you give me $12 to buy skin in a game? I mean, but do you feel me on that? Where you from, bruh? You from Chicago? Where you from? The one we talking about, Larry Hoover. I just find it crazy on my end. He said, I'm from Memphis, but I live in Chicago. Yeah, I wouldn't care if you lived in D.C. It's clear to see what we talk about, ain't it? You ain't got to be from Chicago. I just was wondering. But that's how you clear that up. I ain't got to clear that up, but his camp, His camp probably not concerned with it. They probably looking at it like, man, who the fuck cares? But you can't do that. But they did get him out the feds. He's no longer in ADX. I see that on the BOP website. Oh, that's all you do is just smoke fake weed and pretend to be stoned. I'm never acting stoned, homie. Why is it bothering you? Do anybody else think that I'm pretending to be stoned? Like, what is Brett talking about? Like, what is he talking about, huh? I ain't breaking the law or nothing. I ain't bothering nobody. I'm out of my business. You come over here talking about that. But yeah, man. I just came on here to try to get a vibe on a late night to see who was up. 1090 Jake coming off like an agent. I mean, even aside from all that, bro, you don't just go get no newspaper article and act like that shit is the holy grail, bro. Got some bots in here, Duke. I guess that's how it be on a late night. I'm getting ready to get back on this computer, get back to work anyway. You definitely gonna see what's up with that. Hey, you see what Trump said about Puff? Yeah, I saw that. It's all good, man. What about Jeff Fort? I don't know about Jeff Fort now. But Jeff Fort's situation a little bit different.